mixed media art, pop art, abstract art, and portrait art. And that art is inspired by and influenced by Miami and its topography and its nautical design, architecture, and the beautiful ocean and the geography of Miami. So it's very Miami inspired, Miami influenced art. All right. So today's video is just basically giving you guys an update of the studio. I have not shot a video in months. I've been working diligently on getting the studio further along in its progression, working on frames. And the frames that are created here are hand-built frames. Initially, we will definitely get into pre-made frames just to speed up our process of creating art, but initially it's hand-created frames, stretched canvas, hand-blended gesso. So if you should purchase a piece of the artwork from Miami World Art, it will be Miami inspired and originally created from its inception, all the way from the frame creation to the last brushstroke will be all hand created original work. We have about 1 hour of video from Art Basel 2022 back in December of last year, from the scope exhibit that was held on Miami Beach. And when I say on Miami Beach, on South Beach, I mean it was the exhibit was on the beach. So we were literally 10 feet from the ocean, because the exhibit was created, the exhibit building was on the beach. So it was phenomenal. And just both the artwork, the aesthetics of it, just phenomenal. Okay, we actually have this footage or this video that was shot, which we will release in shorts on YouTube as a preview. And then if you're interested in watching the long form videos or the entire videos, we have about 15 to 20 videos. Each video is about 5 minutes a piece. And just looking at the artwork and the sculptures and the setup of the exhibit, you can check that out on our Patreon page, which is simply patreon.com/miamiworldart. We actually have a special right now. It's a limited time special. It's a $1 Patreon subscription. So you can become a Patreon or patron of our Patreon page for only $1, and the proceeds, that subscription, will go directly into the development of the studio, art equipment, art supplies, art materials, paints, and it's a great cause. On our Patreon, as we are trying to pull our weight in terms of interacting with the tremendous art culture here, and it's just a way of expressing, because we need as many artists as possible to express the beauty that's known as Miami. Today is June the 14th, I believe. I've got a shipment coming in on Amazon. I think it's today, it's the 14th. So a lot is happening in Miami, and I won't go into that. I mean, you can just timestamp it and you'll kind of understand what's going on. But basically, I'm saying that because Miami is a ever-evolving epicenter of the world, basically. So everything that's happening in Miami is just part of the way Miami is. There's always something new happening here. There's always something that is related to the world events that's happening here. So it's a tremendous place to be influenced by art. We purchased a 48 megapixel camera, and that's what we're shooting on now. We have an iPhone Pro, iPhone 13 Pro, that will mix into some of the video processing and shooting, and just figure out which one works better. We'd love to get a DSLR camera, and that's something that we're working towards. But initially, we're shooting on high megapixel cameras. So we have a Motorola 48 megapixel camera, and we've got some new lighting. We purchased some lighting, and the links are in the description for all the equipment that we have. Another segue to supporting the studio. The links in the description to our Amazon studio components and parts and paint and equipment. We are an affiliate with Amazon, and the affiliate commissions go directly back into the studio. So totally being forthcoming. We're looking for whatever we can do to help the studio out. If you're gonna buy anything on Amazon and you'd like to support the studio and the overall art culture here in Miami, please click on the link in the description and purchase your products via our affiliate link on Amazon. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3 is we have some art frames that are finally ready, and it's taken far longer than expected to create these frames. It's been a learning curve. I have a background in carpentry, and I have overbuilt these frames. I've built them to a way higher standard that's necessary, but that's just the way I build things, and I'll scale that back in terms of time-wise and productivity. And I've got some new tools that I'm going to implement that will make the quality as high as it is now, if not better, but cut down on the production time. Actually making those frames available, I recently went online and I was talking to a colleague of mine, and we looked at the price of large frame, and when I say large format frame, 3.5 feet by 4 feet and bigger. My canvas size, or the canvas that I get, is 4 feet by 12 feet. So my frames stay within that constraint, minus the 3-inch wrap that you need to actually stretch the canvas onto the frame. Talking 3.5 feet by 4 feet and bigger. My canvas size, or the canvas that I get, is 4 feet by 12 feet. So my frames from 3.5 to 11.5 feet. That's the range that we're working in now. That will change in the future, but for now, that's big enough for us to create the art that we want to create and fit within our studio space. So that's what we're working with. So I'll update you on that. I'll show you the videos, I'll show you the equipment, and if it helps any artists out there that want to create their own frames, by all means, please watch those videos. And the links for those videos will be in the description, so you can click over to those and watch those as well, right? The motorcycle that we're using for capturing video of Miami, and I guess that segues to another component of the studio and the whole project in itself. We're creating art, but what's different about this channel, what's different about this project is it's not just creating art, it's the inspiration that we get from Miami. So a component to the studio is actually going out into Miami, being influenced by the art culture in Miami, filming that, videotaping that influence, going to events, going to Wynwood, going to different, Miami Fashion Week, going to Art Basel, going to different places, Hollywood, South Beach, and then being influenced by that, being inspired by what we see, recording that, and then creating art based on that. Now, as I say that, the first series of art will be Miami inspired. It'll be specific. There'll be a specific design component that it identifies or relates directly to Miami within the first series of art. And I say series, there'll be multiple series, and I'm going to go through that as I get towards the end of this video. So the bike is ready. We have a motorcycle. We're going to purchase a camera holder for the helmet for the motorcycle, and we'll be taking you guys on night runs through Wynwood and through Miami, but initially through Wynwood, through the Design District. And if you don't know, they're very close to each other, but the Design District and Wynwood are two separate places, all within the same area, and they're separated by streets. So you can be in Wynwood, and then you cross over the street, and you're in Midtown. You cross over a street, 10, 15 blocks away, and you're in the Design District. So it's all one huge community. They're actually named differently, but it's all one inclusive community between. And as I say that, it's really, downtown Miami, where the Perez Art Center is. Then you get to Wynwood. Then you get to Midtown, and then you get to the Design District. And I think the Design District, in some future videos, I will actually go through the timeline and the history of which one was developed first. I have to do some research, but I believe the Design District was the first real design art district, and then Midtown was developed, and then Wynwood came to be. But I'll go ahead and do the research and do a video specifically on that, and just give you the history of how it all came together, and the different events, and the AAA downtown, and all that stuff. So I'll go through that. So in the last part of this video, I'm going to announce what the first series is going to be, right, of our art. And I'm happy to say, and I'm sure people that know me will not be surprised at this, but the first subject matter for the first series, and when I say series, the first 3 to 5 pieces of art will be, the subject matter will be Prince, the artist known as Prince. I don't want to get into it too much because there's some storyline behind that. So I don't want to get into it. There will be a portrait of Prince that's going to be created. There will be a mixed media piece. That actually be 2 mixed media pieces. And in total there'll be 5 pieces. Initially there'll be 3. We've got 3 designs that are ready to go. And that will expand to 5 pieces. But the initial series will be, or the subject will be Prince, the artist known as Prince, the singer, the songwriter, the multiple Grammy award-winning, one of the best artists that has ever existed. I'm sure a lot of you will agree. One of my biggest inspirations in my artistic career, in my career as a dancer, and we'll get into that. So there's a lot going on. And I guess the last note that I will make is I am in collaboration or negotiation collaborations with an artist in Atlanta, and hopefully what this negotiation and this networking will bring about will be exposure of the artwork that's created in this studio in Atlanta, and then vice versa. The exposure of the artwork from that artist from his studio here in Miami. So that's kind of the initial setup of our networking communication that we've been doing so far. But I'd like to just put it on video to say that it's my hope that I can network with this artist and expand, and it would really be huge for this studio to be able to create art, knowing that the art will be shown in the market in Atlanta. So that's something that's really in the works, and we're working on developing it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps out. We're a startup micro art studio in the Wynwood part of Miami, and anything that you can do to help out, mainly subscribing, clicking our affiliate links, and joining our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/miamiworldart. We also have all of our content on Instagram and on Facebook. So anything that you see here will be transformed into IG and Facebook content for those platforms as well, so we can reach as many people as possible. So thank you again, and look out for the next video.